Bootleg Kev exclusive.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is DJ Premier. I'm checking out my man Bootleg Kev. You know, if it's a bootleg, that means it's got some extra shit that other people ain't got. You know what I'm saying? But there's real bootlegs and there's fake ones. He's the real one. Bootleg Kev, big up all the time.
Side 975, man. Bootleg Kev, Ready Set Radio. Right now, I'm in the presence of a legend. We got DJ Premier.
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Primo, man. I'm good. It's an honor to interview you. You're my favorite producer of all time.
Appreciate it.
I feel like this is like a boyhood dream of mine. Like, pause, you know, but I interviewed Nas and DJ Premier. I could die now.
There it is.
Now, if y'all would just shout
to Nas.
Y'all got to just make that album everyone has been rumored about for the last
Eventually. We spoke about it during the Rock the Bells tour, but he has some other albums to release prior to that he said got to come first. So it's really his call. You know, if it was me, I would have already done it, but I mean, it's definitely his call.
Ball's in his court.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. Now, you have had the most, you and Dre, of course, everyone as far as hip-hop heads always go back and forth who's the best producer of all time.
Right.
I guess it's just a matter of taste, but it's been, a prolific run that you're still on when it comes to this music thing, man.
Right.
When you look back, is there like any era in your career that you look back on and you enjoyed the most?
I enjoyed every step of my journey, man. You know what I'm saying? Like from the day that I met Guru and Craig G was the first rapper I ever met. You know what I'm saying? On the phone, he's like, "Yo, Craig G's at my apartment." That's when me and Guru got cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Word, like, can I say hi to him?" You know what I'm saying? Because I was back in Texas going to school.
Yeah.
And, Juice Crew was already legendary, and Marley Marl's my idol that I really patterned even my production style after and scratching style after. It was Marley, and Marley knows this very well, So because of that, just any Juice Crew member and actually chilling with Guru, and Guru was still an unknown to New York,
right.
So at that time, so he's more known in Boston at the time. So that was just like a big deal to me, and then from there, just elevating into all the stages that my mission was to, and still is, to make a name for myself. Like my father always instilled in me was make sure you make a name for yourself. And I'm the only boy in my family. I have all sisters, so and they're older than me, and it's just I'm the last one out of my family to just become a father 6 months ago. So I got a shout out to my son Jalen. You know what I'm saying? So it just even with all of that, every goal was met. I mean, to become an icon in hip hop, which like I said, I set out to do, but to actually be living it,
right?
It still blows me away.
With most musical genres, I say like a lot of times people aren't fully appreciated till after they pass,
yeah,
or after they're kind of like irrelevant. You know what I mean? And you're still the man, just walking around.
45 years old and kicking, man. And but again, that's from me studying the artists that I appreciate on all levels, from rock to new wave to jazz to country, blues, gospel. I'm into all of that. So, so when you see the Rolling Stones still on tour, I just went to Tina Turner's concert. I just went to Devo 2 weeks ago.
I saw you tweet about that.
Yeah, incredible.
That's crazy, man.
I saw them back when I was in college, but to see them now, and the lead singer is 61 years old, and Mark Mothersbaugh, and then Jerry Casale is 68, 63,
right? And
they were on stage ripping it down, still wearing all the different outfits.
Yeah,
then they're ripping it off, and then they switched to the energy domes and put on the that. Then they ripped that off and put on the little mini shorts with the knee pads.
Yeah,
and they did all of that. And they all got, and they used to be all skinny. Now they all have bellies and stuff.
Yeah.
Still tearing it up, and the crowd was just so into it. It was diehard Devo fans. Like everybody had the energy domes, and not only that, their merch. Like they had the ill merch. Yeah, I bought shirts, and they went all the way up to 3X.
See, they're smart.
You know what I'm saying? I went 3X, and they had their
hip hop people.
They had the traditional shirts. They had the energy dome. They had all kinds of things to buy, and it was a good selection. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that is an underrated thing. When I go to a hip hop concert and there's dope merch, as long as it's rightly priced. Because I went to the Watch the Throne tour concert, and I was
disappointed in their merch.
Their merch wasn't that good, and it was like $40 a shirt. It was
and I would have bought something because I like wearing shirts and I like support.
Right.
But there was nothing for me to choose from, you know. So, and that's not a disrespect to Jay and that's no disrespect to Jay and Kanye because those are my peoples. But you know, I'm a consumer, and again, don't get me wrong. There's different variations of the stages that we're all at now, and their audience is, stadium ready now. So, I'm not. The only time I've ever played arenas was opening up for Rage Against the Machine on our full clip tour.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a good experience because it actually elevated me to my performance level that I'm at now when I DJ.
Definitely.
So shout out to the whole Rage Against the Machine for even asking us to open up for them on that tour. It was us and at the drive-in and
shout out to Zach De La Rocha.
Yeah, shout to Zach, shout to Timmy, shout to Tom, shout to Brad. It was one hell of a tour.
Now I know you have over your career you've had you've had working relationships with like a nice history of dope music with like Jay-Z, Royce the 5'9",
right.
Nas, Freddie Fox, that kind of stuff. Is there anybody?
March 27th, Freddie Fox and Bumpy Knuckles and DJ Premier, the collection in stores.
Okay, go
CD, vinyl, and digital.
All right,
double vinyl.
There's a big resurgence of, I wouldn't say resurgent, but there's a big wave of these new cats coming out that are blowing up through the internet, blowing up through the blogs. Some of them are dope, some of them are not so dope. I mean, is there anybody who that's kind of on got a buzz going or is on the way up that you're checking for that you would work with?
Just whoever, not off head, just I stay in the studio.
You work with Mac Miller, and that song was ill.
Yeah, well, shout out to Mac Miller because that was through. I already knew he had a buzz going.
Right.
Jazzy Jeff reached out to me and was like, "Yo, I'm doing this mixtape with Mac Miller. He really wants to meet you, and he really knows his hip hop." And I was like, "This stuff's okay because it's more to the audience that he has." And I was like, "All right, I'll check it out." And so we got on the phone, and he was like, "Yo, I'm in New York tomorrow. Can I come by and just hang?" Came by, we drank, smoked, and just chilled. And before you knew it was like 6 in the morning. I'm like, "Damn, it's 6 in the morning." I was like, let's make a beat, and I just made a beat, and he just went in the booth and did it. Yeah, he's went in the booth and we just laid it, and he's a huge Big L fan. So
yeah, big time.
Yeah, so I appreciated that, and he would just ask me all these Big L stories, and I was telling him all these crazy stories, funny stories about Big L. So he would just sit, and he sat there really attentive, like, wow, I wish I would have been there at all these different funny situations with Big L. So I appreciated that. And then on top of that, I see a lot of his fans. I saw a fan of his tweet, "Yo, thanks to Mac Miller, I've never heard of A Tribe Called Quest." And
that's something good that he's doing.
Yeah. I bought it, and I'm buying all their albums. This is amazing hip hop, So he pays
homage, and he's genuine with it.
And he tells you he is a genuine. Really is genuine, man. I told him the day that he went gold and the day that his album came out, I said, "Yo." I said, "Congratulations." He said, "Man, I'm not even going. I'm staying in I'm staying in the house. I'm not even going out." I said, "Yo, just don't let it get to you. This is the stage where you're being tested on getting the ego or staying chill." I said, I said, "Trust me, we've all been there." And he's like, "All right." And he said, "Man, I appreciate the advice." So, I like Mac Miller. He's a good dude. I'd like him even if he wasn't rapping. He's a cool, genuine kid.
Most definitely. Speaking of Big L, he's one of my favorite rappers.
No diggity, mine too.
Yeah, straight up.
Shout out to Lord Finesse.
You had a really close relationship with Big L. In today's hip hop landscape, I always, Big L was, he had his flamboyant entertainment thing. It was rumors he was going to be signing with Jay.
Right.
If you were to speculate, he was such a talented MC. In 2012, what are some things you like? Do you think would be different if Big L was still alive? Because I really thought he was he was on his way to being like Jay-Z, Kanye, Nas type status.
Yeah, if L was alive now, it would really be hard for a lot of artists to even get in the game on the level that they're at now.
Right.
Now that goes for Big, Pac, Pun, everybody. If they were still living now, it would be so, because the lyrical skill would have been way higher to reach. Like when I got into hip hop, the bar was so high you couldn't even see it. You had to climb that high up in the sky to even. It's like, oh, I think I see the bar.
And it's people who can spit that were like successful with the sales.
Mutual respect for spitters. Now your rhymes could be just the worst ever. Even just the party fun rappers had rhymes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you look at someone like Lil Wayne's got dope music. But the Carter 4 sold like 1 million records the first week. In my opinion, it was terrible.
3 was a great album.
3 was dope.
3 was great. And
2 was dope.
And I'm proud of Wayne for stepping up his rhyme game from his childhood to.
No, I definitely he's made progression, but I'm just saying, like, I think, maybe 10 years ago, before the internet, came around and music was so accessible, right. I just don't see that like an album like that. Right. Getting that much love, like it's just crazy. Like the best songs of the album were the interludes with Nas and Bun B and Tech
Busta and everybody,
3 Stacks and all that.
Right.
You and I have a mutual appreciation for pornography, man.
Yes,
I am a porn head for real. I'm excited because the convention's coming.
AVN is coming again. Yes. I've been 8 years solid.
Now my favorite porn stars, Bella Anderson.
Everybody's on the Bella Anderson.
She's the hot girl right now.
I actually have her right here in my phone. Shout to Jules Jordan, who brought her to my studio a couple weeks ago. And
if I was DJ Premier,
she's very down to earth. She represents Miami, and she's good people. Shout out to Bella Anderson.
She's
a hot thing right now.
She's the hot thing right now.
She definitely got some rotation.
Isla Fox
below the waist.
How you feel about Isla Fox?
Oh, very, very, very much love that.
Ice.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Skin Diamond?
Skin Diamond? No.
Okay, that's the new one. You guys to
I will check that out today.
She's up and coming.
I'll wank tube it.
Yeah. Hit up the Red Tube, X videos, whatever,
Yeah, wank tube's good too.
Wank tube?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I was on Spankwire. That was my.
Yeah, Spankwire's cool, but go to wank tube.
Wank tube.
And pull up a Bella Anderson. They got rows and rows of her stuff.
Who are some of your favorite porn stars? Like if you had like top 5.
Well, definitely. Well, see, I'm more. It's just like with hip hop. I'm into
more like to the older.
Yeah,
porn
like Belladonna is like she.
She took a baseball bat there.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to talk about even getting gruesome with it, you could talk about Julie Knight, who a lot of people ain't up on Julie Knight.
I've heard the name, but
because her looks weren't all that, but she's done the most massive stuff. Let me put it to you this way: when you deal with somebody like Joey Silvera, who goes way beyond the crazy. Oh, we can say shit.
Yeah, well, we're the crazy shit. We can say shit. We're talking about porn.
A lot of the Sasha Grays and all of them came through Joey first, and he propelled them to that level. So when you're talking about all from Bree and all these girls, these are early stages. Look up Julie Knight and look how extreme she goes.
Belladonna. Like I'm not into white girls at all,
right?
But I mess with Belladonna just based on the shit that she does in videos.
Yeah, listen, I saw Julie Knight.
She came up as a Mormon too. That's awesome.
I saw an interview about her whole career when she started. I saw Julie Knight at the convention, and no one was at her booth. And we walked over to her, me and my boy Keeble, big up to him, and we were like, "Yo, what you did," and we're telling her, all the stuff and she was like, "Yo, y'all have made my day," because we were like coming at her like she was Michael Jackson, what I'm saying? Like, yo, when you did this, when you did this, when you did this, when you did this.
And I jacked off of that like 5 times.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she was, but you could just see how happy she was that we knew that much, about her, because no one was even stopping by like, she's just a chick standing there. We were like, yo, there goes Julie Knight. And again, she, I mean, you take it back to even Vanessa Del Rio. I mean, she's one of the first extreme people. I actually wrote a thing in her. She put out a book, and they asked me back then, well, since you're in the porn, would you write a little thing, what you think of Vanessa Del Rio? I wrote a 2-page little statement. She reached out to me, and I never met her, and she was like, yo, what you wrote about me, because I told her that she's the one that took it to making things more extreme, the Gonzo stuff and all that, before there even was Gonzo. She took it to the level where she created the Belladonnas, what Vanessa Del Rio has birthed, and she was like, yo, what you wrote about me was one of the illest parts of my book. She said, I'm going to actually move it to the front of my book. And that made me really feel good that she, I actually wanted to be like, hey, you want to fuck now? But shout to Vanessa Del Rio.
If I had any kind of fame in this world, I would do all I could.
I used to like Ayana Angel back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't in for a long time, but as far as nice black women with just super badunk, Ayana Angel, she did a lot of major stuff. I know Steve Holmes used to always rail her and Evil Angel stuff.
Evil Angel, they got good shit.
Yeah, everybody loves Pinky.
Pinky, Pinky's like hit or miss, man. You either love her or hate her, because she's like a midget, but she's not.
Yeah, well, no,
She's small as
banging,
hell. But she's banging.